Hello and welcome back to my Spectacle Island factory build. Now I have made a lot of changes since the last one, obviously, which is why I'm running all the way over here so you can get a good shot of the what it looks like the same outside as it did before. I've not made any changes here, but I will just show you just so you can actually see. I've got a load of things in the workshop bench just so I can actually basically show you how it works. Everything over on this side is anything that is too big. The Brooms, miniguns, stealth boys for some reason tend to glitch when going through the conveyor belts. They don't seem to stay on. They tend to fly when they come out. So instead of wasting them, having them scattered around the island, I put them in. As you can see, I've got a tripwire here. You will see what that is for in a moment. Some of you may know why it's good to put a tripwire on there. Some of you may not. But yeah, so we are going round to the main entrance of the factory now. And just to show you that this still works as usual, I've messed around a lot with the cables, with the conduits, with all the power pylons, everything. So conveyor belts included. I've moved everything around so it's a little bit more organised. Kept the entrance pretty much the same, except this little bit here I've added a few more things. As you can see, there's ammo. I've not finished it, so yeah, there's no point adding more labels if I don't know what they're going to connect to yet. In here I've got every single component that I believe I need in the game. If I'm missing any, I apologise, but I think I've managed to get a nice little a collection of everything. Over here, as you can see, we've got all the junk that I need, and just to prove that actually I did set it up properly and not just cheat and put all the junk in there, it is all listed. I mean, we're only on C, D, E, yeah, I mean, you can, there's no point in going through the whole alphabet, so but each one of these sorters, it's not a component sorter, it's a sorter. In case you don't know, the difference between component sorters and sorters are if you put an item into a sorter, anything of that type will get ejected out and put aside. With a component, anything that has that specific component inside it, whether it be a gun that has steel or plastic or whatever, will then come out. So yeah, it's slightly different, but you need to know the differences. Here I've got my bombs and pretty much a collection of everything that I need. Armour, clothing, yeah, as you can see, absolutely everything. This lever, what happens is when it's on, everything gets sorted through into the components and into the scrap if I wanted to do it all manually. But then obviously if I turn that lever off, it goes up to all the remaining conveyor belts and into the machines to get crushed down and turned into whether it be ammo, armour, clothing, or, you know, etc, etc. So this is all pretty much the same, except a little bit neater on the conduits, I believe. And a few things around the top is very different now. I don't know if you can see from here, but I actually don't have all of this stuff that I had last time, all of this space. I had another, I think one, maybe even two levels above this, and a little section in the middle of this room that came down. So as you can see, just like last time, everything comes up here, goes into this. This time, this is the difference, gets separated into my ammo ingredients, which goes there. Anything that is not part of that will continue along this line, and then I will have this pop back into the previous conveyor belt before it got taken out. I know I could just add a sorter and have the stuff taken out that way instead, but the only problem is if I actually put the the sorter against that, against here, then it means every single ingredient that is in this sorter will get dispersed out, as opposed to having a lever. I can control whether anything goes out there or not. So again, this is all the trial and error stuff that I've had to work out through the months and months of playing this game, or a year even. So as you can see, everything for the ammo will go through onto these conveyor belts, into these machines. Each little separator part of conveyor belt, I can't remember what it's called, like left-hand conveyor belt, right-hand conveyor belt, but yeah, the separator, the splitter, each one will have a lever controlled by a individual switch based on that ammo type. So if I want that ammo, I turn the switch on. and then put the power on, and then it should hopefully go through to the right one. Now here, as you can see, there are different ways to use these rollers. Now anytime you need to get a conveyor belt above this one, which I've connected it to, this is how you do it. So this isn't just a normal tour video, it's also a slight tips video. I don't know if you've seen any of these kind of tips before, but this is just to give you a little hand. So if you need another one to go above this conveyor belt, this is how you can do it. You can use the rollers, and the rollers actually attach from both sides. So either side you can attach it, which means you can either go up or down, zigzag across, do whatever. Obviously they won't work like this, meaning if you put a ball or something on there, they're not going to go up and down, up and down. They're all going to go their own specific way, which is down. But because it's a roller, they don't technically turn. You can attach it either way, but you cannot attach the general conveyor belt. Only the roller seems to actually work both ends. You'll see again later. So that's how you get it exactly straight. Exactly straight. It's all attached, it's all been linked up, and once you get a power conduit on the top one, when you put the long one with the conduit, it will be powered up. So yeah, and I believe I just wanted to get rid of this one now. What was I doing? Ah yes, the pillar glitch. Now, you can either use this to attach other things and glitch them into other objects, or you can actually just use the pillar itself, which means if you get it close enough and turn it at a slight angle, you can use these instead of the walls, because the walls don't tend to get close enough to actually create a block so it doesn't fall off. Now that, to me, isn't close enough, meaning I can either angle it ever so slightly more, or pull it in. So you're going to pull it in and then just turn the right analog just to give it a little spin. And there you go. That should be a little bit closer. Now I'm going to do... yeah, that should do it. Let's show you quickly on the other side. This one will be a lot quicker and a lot more extreme. So let's angle this one in just a little bit too much. Yep. A bit more. There you go. Okay. Now that one has gone so much further, but you get the gist. And then you can, if you want, take 3 of the walls out and add the 3-section piece in, or the longer piece in. Doesn't really matter. But you just use the pillar as the main base, the main support, shall we say. Carrying on the tour. Everything goes through, up and onto the top conveyor belt, and then jumps back down to the bottom. What I'm going to do is have everything. I'm going to have the next one here. So this one may be the armor, I believe, or the clothes, and then I'll have another one which is either then the clothes and maybe energy weapons or some sort of weapons. But I should be able to fit about maybe 2, possibly 3 more run a line of conveyor belts. Then what they're going to do is, once they've made the ingredients, they're all going to fall onto this conveyor belt, which will continue to where this one is, and will fall through the floor here, which I believe I have yep, I do, a hopper down there. Now I can either go into workshop mode and just like pick up something and fall through, but I might as well just run around, because on PlayStation 4 you have to hold the pad, and yeah, it takes a while. You might as well just walk around if it's not that far. So I'm going to have it go down to that level, then fall down again. The reason I'm having it fall down again is because I'm going to have more conveyor belts on the next level down, above this one I'm on now. Now, second tip, in order to get the conveyor belts exactly in line with the hopper, or the one below, what you can do is actually just use the hopper itself. Now you can't link it to a hopper that's above it, you can only link it to a hopper that's underneath. So let me show you now. So this actually snaps not that way but this way, which means they are all going to be going into the hopper, not away from. Anything that snaps to the hopper will only snap going towards into the hopper, because obviously it's where everything goes into. It doesn't come out from the top, it comes out from the bottom. But you can actually use this one to line up the one from above, meaning it doesn't fall. And you can use it on these, you can use it on pretty much any conveyor belt, whether it has legs or not. It's just a really good tip. Now this one, as you can see, this is how you know that it only goes into the hopper. It's because the conduit is on the far side. And again, you can use the rollers as well to switch it round if you really wish to have it go away from the hopper, but there's not much point. But yeah, we'll be moving on from this in a second once I decide to delete these. Okay, so that falls down through there. This is where all the ingredients are going to go. So everything, once it's made, once it has been manufactured, it will go into this process line, down through this hopper, through the next hopper, onto this next conveyor belt. Now, as you can see, I've got several beds on each floor. The reason for that is because I spend hours on each floor, and to run between each floor just to sleep is annoying. But as you can see on this one, you can also use the down ramp as a beginning, just to make sure that it has a little bit of leverage when it lands, that it rolls forward. Doesn't always roll back. The iron balls are not great for the conveyor belts. They tend to either stay on the same spot or roll extremely slowly. You will also find that putting certain conveyor belts near a wall, you may have to remove the wall, which is why I had an empty gap there, just to put the conveyor belt there and then put the wall back in. It's all about the build order in Fallout 4, if you already know this. So, going back all the way upstairs, everything goes all the way down to the bottom level, comes all the way up to this level once it's been made, adjacent to their counterparts, so ammo, clothes, aids and meds, all that kind of stuff. So this one here, the reason why I've got this one here is because this is the 2mm ammo is what I tend to use most of the time, so I just had one going in the background, making just thousands of ammo types for that.
I used to be scared of super mutants, but we taught them a lesson this time.
Okay, shall we see how it works? So I've already got some ingredients in the workshop, just to demonstrate. So if I turn the power off, all the lights go off. The reason why the lights go off is because they're all linked to the machines. That means the machine, all the power has been turned up around the whole thing. If you see on the second level as well, or first level, shall I say, the red lights go off because that power switch controls everything, in a sense. And the one at the beginning of the base near the workshop also controls everything, but that is the main one. This is the second. So let's have a look. I've turned it on. You can see by this flashing light, the reason why I've got that there is if I want to make sure that ingredients are coming out, instead of running around constantly to the workshop to see that it's working, or to run up here, I can see these lights from a distance, which means I know that there are items going through the conveyor belts when that light is blinking. If I've got it on and the light's not blinking, it means there's either a problem, or the workshop's run out of stuff to empty. The good thing about this is that purified water constantly, if you've got tons and tons and tons of purified water filters, this will basically just keep taking out your purified water, which means you're going to have an unlimited supply, pretty much. As you can see, this is now sorting into the components. I believe that is steel. I could be wrong. Just making sure that I didn't accidentally leave the wrong switch on. Now the reason why I have the sorter is when it's unsorted it goes down to the components, but when the sorter is off it scraps everything, means it throws it all up here, goes round the conveyor belts up here. You can see the levers on down there as well, which means the sorter is on. Okay, where's the gun? Ah, there it is. Okay, so this is to make sure, yep, my 10mm pistols have arrived back in there. As you can see, I've got a few more dings going on, because I have quite a lot of items going around at the moment, but I still have my alarm clocks. I mean, I could probably take out the components because I've got quite a few and they tend to go through. The annoying thing about the workshop is that it does each item one at a time. You can speed it up, you can make it go faster, but the problem with that is you tend to get a lot of jams if you have it going too fast, so I tend to have it going at a nice, comfortable pace. So I know it's lead. Maybe let's take it all out. So, let's take out... Yeah. Should we take it out? Pretty much, yeah. So that was fertilizer now. So the lead is all done. The fertilizer. Okay, I got confused then. So let's take out the antiseptic, let's take out the ceramic, fertilizer, and let's leave the rest. Right, let's see which it takes out now. Alarm clock's going first. So let's have a little quick run around. I would show you the rest, but we have obviously run out of time now, but you can pretty much catch the gist. This is how it goes. So I'm going to keep building this up, make it better, And then I will hopefully do an update soon. Thank you and enjoy.